Angel Tarple decks in Commander kinda suck, so I made it my mission to try and fix that. And I finally decided I was gonna build a Shugenga deck, and this is how it went. This commander really caught my eye when it was released back in Modern Horizon 3 last year, and I just love the idea of having a sacrifice stick in the command zone. I've been tossing up trying to build a Tarple deck for quite some time now, and I didn't know if I really wanted to go down like the vampires route or like the angel route, so this one kind of let me do both. And if you're new to Magic, which a lot of people are since Final Fantasy, you might be wondering, what the fuck is a Shugenga? Well, let me tell you. Shugenga is a 3/2 black Elder Demon with flying, and it has like 8 lines of text, so I better just get reading. Sacrifice another creature, create a blood token. If you sacrifice an angel this way, create a number of blood tokens equal to its toughness instead. And for white black, sacrifice 6 blood tokens, return each creature from your graveyard to the battlefield with a finality counter on it. Those creatures are vampires in addition to their other types. There are quite a few ways you could actually build this deck, whether it's like an aristocrats deck. Oh, there's something in my eye. Ow. There are quite a few ways you can go around building this deck, whether it's aristocrats, life gain, reanimator, or just the straight up angel type, which is the one that I went for. But either way, this commander was so versatile. For the most part, angels are really expensive, and I found that a lot of the people that play angel decks will end up just having their turn by playing a land, playing an angel, swinging with their angels, and passing. And with most of the angels just being in mono white, there wasn't really enough resources I think I could have to build a really strong commander deck with just angels. So Shugenga finally solved this problem for me. I feel like decks even like Kalia kind of suffer from this fate, where you kind of just play your commander, you swing, you pull it out an angel, and then you just pass the turn. The way I got around solving this problem was with a big focus on the commander, mass reanimating all my angels as soon as I felt like I was ready. So the whole game plan just revolves around milling all your cards, and then eventually playing your commander as soon as you've got enough to then sacrifice creatures and just reanimate 10 angels in one turn. Finally, having a sacrifice outlet in the command zone is extremely powerful, and it really opens you up to a lot of infinite combos, but I didn't really want to go around that route like pretty much all my other decks. So this one really just focuses on winning with combat damage. So let me show you the deck. Alright, you know what Shugenga does now, so let's get into the rest of the deck. Alright, well the first group of cards I want to go through is definitely our mill package. Shugenga really benefits by having great angels in the graveyard, obviously, so these are how we get them in there. The first one is Vanguard Seraph. Whenever you gain life, you surveil. Obviously, this is just a great way to fill your bin if you do have angels at the top. Otherwise, it's just a good way to filter cards. Angel of Suffering. It's an angel, so that's a bonus, and anytime you'd be dealt damage, you mill twice as many cards instead. That's such a strong card. Angel of Suffering is really a card that I wish was a legendary creature, because I'd love to play this as a commander. Ripples of Undeath. It's just your better Phyrexian Arena. At the beginning of pre-combat main phase, mill 3 cards, and you may pay 1 and 3 life, and if you do, you can put one of those cards into your hand. It's just such a great card draw engine, and having the ability to mill at the same time is awesome. Atrocious Experiment. This one allows you to mill 2 cards, draw 2 cards, and lose 2 life. I just think it's a pretty solid all-round card. Gets you really what you want to do, and card draw is obviously really important at all times. Bring Out Your Dead. This is Buried Alive. Buried Alive is an amazing card in this deck, allowing you to pick your very best angels and put them straight into your graveyard, and then reanimate them with Shugenga for a big win. Breach the Multiverse. This one's just massive, milling 10 cards and then putting something from everyone's graveyard onto the battlefield. Finally, Renegade Reaper. This is also an angel, which is really cool. And when it enters the battlefield, you mill 4 cards, and if at least one angel was milled this way, you gain life. So it also plays into like that sub-theme of milling and gaining life. The next group of cards I want to go through is like your counter removal / blink. Something about Shugenga is that when it does reanimate your creatures, they do come with finality counters, meaning that if they were to die with the counter on it, instead they would get exiled, meaning you can't always loop the angels who want to keep reanimating because eventually they will get exiled. However, this group of cards will help you find ways to remove those counters or have the counters not come in the first place. So Eerie Interlude allows you to blink any number of creatures you control and return to the battlefield. That removes the counters. Nesting Ground allows you to remove 1 counter at a time, not as fast, but it's a land at the same time, so it's not the worst thing in the world. The next one, which I think is really good, is Solemnity. It's an enchantment that says straight up, players can't get counters, and counters can't be put on artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or lands. This card is really great just because then none of your creatures ever get finality counters, but it also acts as sort of a stacks piece against specific decks as well, which I think is really good. Teleportation Circle allows you to blink something at your end step, and when it does, that obviously removes the counter. Scholar of New Horizon. This was a really big sleeper card and probably the only non-angel card I have in the deck. So this one enters with a +1 counter on it, and then I can tap it to remove a counter from a permanent I control. And when I do, I get a plains card, and if an opponent has more lands on the battlefield, then I can put it on the battlefield. So it also acts as like a ramp card, which is really cool. Ghost Away allows you to exile the creatures and then re-enter them on the battlefield. Sanctuary Warden enters the battlefield with shield counters, and when it attacks, you can remove a counter from a creature and draw a card, which is great. And Thief of Blood, when it enters, removes all counters from all permanents. So that one's really, really good. So yeah, this is the way I can remove finality counters from things and just keep my engine going over and over again, which is super powerful. As I've also already mentioned in this video, angels are expensive, so I've got a lot of cards that allow you just to ramp or accelerate your mana for a turn. And I won't go through all of these, I'll go through some specific ones which I think are really good, like Black Market Connections. This one definitely is really good because it does allow you to create a shapeshifter, which is obviously also an angel. This means that with your commander's ability, you can sacrifice it and it's considered an angel, meaning you create more blood tokens, which is really good. Inspiring Saturary is also really, really good. This one's a big sleeper card in the deck. It says that non-artifact spells you cast have improvised, meaning your artifacts can help you cast those spells. Your deck makes so many blood tokens, and blood tokens are artifacts, so it's just a great way to reduce the cost of other spells you're casting by tapping them, and you're always going to have a surplus, so this one's actually really good. The next section I want to talk about is cards with Myriad. So both these angels have Myriad, which is super powerful with your commander, as when you attack with these creatures, you do make a token copy of each one, which eventually gets exiled at the end of combat. However, with the exile trigger on the stack, you can use your commander's ability to sacrifice them, which gives you so much value. For example, let's look at Herald of the Host. So once it comes in, once you can swing with it, you attack it whoever, it's flying. Not everyone's going to have a flying blocker. You make 2 more copies of it, so now you've got 3 4/4 angels. Once combat's done, you can sacrifice the 2 copies of it, which will give you 8 blood tokens, which is crazy value. And then eventually this one just keeps accruing your value. They also have Vigilance as well, so it's just a good blocker as well. Battle Angel of Tears even better, allowing you to draw cards and gain life and do a bunch of other things. There's like 10 million words on this card, but yeah, there's so much things this card can do. So now I want to show you the bombs. These are the cards that really help you, win the game eventually. And with this one, usually you do win with combat damage. I don't think there are any combos in this deck. Rampage with Valkyrie is really good. It acts sort of like a stacks piece that whenever an angel I control dies, each opponent sacrifices a creature. And obviously I can just kill angels whenever I want when my commander's out. Avacyn's really good just to keep your board protected from board wipes. Sarah's Emissary is great, giving you a protection from a chosen card type. This one is really powerful because if you know a board wipe's coming, or you're able to swing, you can name creatures, and then all of a sudden your opponent's creatures can't block, which is great. I also have a Chroma's Will. Chroma's Will, pretty self-explanatory, easy win with this one. I also have these 2 angels, Gilsa and Bruna. These combine together when they're on the battlefield at the same time. And with cards like Buried Alive, you can put these both in your graveyard and then recur them. So it's actually honestly really easy to get these out and together. And I'll show you what the backside does if I can take these out of their sleeves. It creates this ginormous Eldrazi angel thing, which you can see, which is pretty hilarious. It's got flying, first strike, vigilance, flying, first strike, vigilance, lifelink. It's a 9/10, and your opponents can't cast spells with competitive mana cost 3 or less, meaning your opponents aren't really casting removal, which is the best part. So you can definitely get this out, acts a bit of a stacks piece, and it's just obviously a big beater when you tap both your cards sideways like this. Other than that, that's the standout cards from the deck. Obviously we have a lot more angels in this deck and a lot of other things that just play into our strategy, like Reanimate for example. But yeah, if you want to check out the full deck list, I'll put it in the description below. Stuff like Sword of Feast Famine's extra good in this deck because all your creatures are flying, meaning that they're literally never going to be blocked. And other than that, that's pretty much everything. And then these are all the boring ass lands. I guess we'll shuffle up now and I'll show you a quick test hand and what we're looking for when we are going to draw to 7, and we'll go from there. Alright, let's draw 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's see what we got. We've got 3 lands, an angel, 3 angels, Black Market Connection. Yeah, I think I would definitely keep this hand though. We've got 3 lands, we've got both colors, we've got a way to remove finality counters, we've got a bit of protection as this card gives us light hexproof. This card allows you to draw cards, and Black Market Connections allows you to ramp and draw cards. I honestly have everything I'd want in a hand here, so I would definitely keep this one. So yeah, That's Shurgengar. So yeah, thank you for checking out the deck. If you do have a Shurgengar deck or you did build it differently, which I'm sure you did, please send it to me. I'd love to look at your deck list in the comments below. And if you made it this far, maybe consider subscribing. See you in the next one. Peace.